like it here. Thank you. Oh well, whatever. That's it. That's good.
some kids studying.
It seems like it's all going all right.
Yeah. I mean, mostly it's the communication with them. I mean, that's
Yeah.
what I'm worried about, right?
Yeah. Well,
So I appreciate it.
of course.
It's nice talking to you today. Sorry to go on a little bit about my grandson and all that.
No, it's hearing about that kind of stuff is just heartbreaking. It's just so crazy.
Yeah. And it's when they first had experience with it, every day. 365 days a year, year after year. Yeah. It's all good now, though.
That's good.
Yeah.
Very happy to hear that.
Yeah. Thanks, Braden.
No worries.
Hey, we'll
Thank
see you again sometime, I'm sure.
Have a good night.
Yeah, you
Hopefully
too.
you don't freeze.
Yeah, no, Greece seems to have slowed down a bit.
Yeah, that's helpful.
Okay, thanks, Braden. Take care.
You too.
Yeah. Good question. Yeah. Goals and substitutions.
Swangard Stadium in Burnaby, tonight's setting for a new season of MLS Next Pro action. On this Sunday evening, Vancouver Whitecaps FC2 will kick off its 2023 campaign at home against a familiar Western Conference foe in Portland Timbers2, live here on MLSNextPro.com. Welcome into the broadcast. I'm AJ Ricketts. Anthem's complete. It's a pleasure to be alongside you for the upcoming season, the second edition of this fun young league, one in which 36 players have already gone on to sign first-team contracts. You can be sure that following this path is a goal of every player to take the pitch today. Certainly an opportunity for each to make a statement, and their presence invaluable for their first-team club. However, let's dive right in and take a look at the starting 11. First for the home club, Whitecaps FC2, guided by manager Ricardo Clark, the former United States international who started for the Stars and Stripes in the 2010 World Cup in South Africa. There are intriguing options all throughout this shape for the Whitecaps. Gio Aguilar, the 24-year-old midfielder, is in his second MLS Next Pro season. Trained with the first team in Spain during the preseason. Syracuse product Levante Johnson was a Caps first-round pick, 29th overall. Staff has been impressed by his work ethic throughout the early days of his professional career. Vancouver will come out in a 4-2-3-1 shape as Timbers2 gets their first team photo in the cards for the social media. Ready to go as they start a new campaign. Timbers2 led by Shannon Murray, the head coach in his second season. He's coached all levels of the sport. A lot of academy players in this starting 11. Ryan Zelfro up front. A couple other academy players, and Adrian Pelayo, Ian Shaw. In goal will be Ryan Bilichuk, the 44th pick of the 2023 MLS Super Draft. As Vancouver, it's their opening photo. We're just about set to get things started here in Burnaby. A couple 16-year-olds in the lineup for Timbers2. Vancouver's pretty young as well. That's the nature of this league, but nobody on the roster is that young on Vancouver's starting 11. A bit more experience on the pitch tonight for Whitecaps FC, but we'll see how that all blends together over the course of 90 minutes this evening. Second season of MLS Next Pro. We're set to get underway here. Whitecaps FC2, Timbers2. Two Western Conference foes. Last year, Whitecaps FC, 31 points in 24 games. They finished 7th in the Western Conference. It was a struggle for Timbers2 at times. 14 points over their 24 games. They finished 11th in the Western Conference. Last place overall, but they're looking to take strides forward. There are a number of intriguing options. Academy products, and potential goal scorers for Timbers2 as they will start things off here this evening. It's Ian Shaw standing at midfield. Academy player was in the MLS Next All-Star game last season. Crisp evening north of the border in the 40s tonight. But no snow on the ground, and all will be pleased with that. We're underway. Let's have an enjoyable one this evening. It's Whitecaps FC2, Portland Timbers2. Tonight here in Burnaby. Immediately a quick whistle. Flag is up. Be triggered in quickly by Mihail Gerasimenkov, Calgary native. The FC pushes it far side. A 4-2-3-1 shape for Vancouver and manager Ricardo Clark. As they look to advance up the field from the wings here in the early going. Remember, if you're unfamiliar with MLS Next Pro, there are no draws at this level. There will be a shootouts immediately after the 90 minutes if these two teams are leveled up. Still get a point, though, if you go to the shootout. 2 points if you come out on top. Gerasimenkov will quickly trigger it in. FC2 in the advancing third. Nice back tap into the corner. Ricardo Clark's squad looking to be in possession here in the first few minutes. Elaj Ba will give off. Good switch of field here. With Whitecaps control. Levante Johnson, the Syracuse product, goes near side. This cross is deflected away, but an early corner kick for FC2. Levante Johnson, who pushed it to the near side, the Ontario native, 23-year-old out of Syracuse. Participated in preseason camp with the first team. He has impressed the coaching staff in his young professional career. I like his work ethic, his ability on ball, his work rate. This is Gloria Amanda's first touch. Played around the 18 now. Gio Aguilar pushes it far side. Good interplay here from Whitecaps. And a good touch defensively from Adrian Pelayo, an academy product, who stepped in to earn possession for Timbers2. We'll look to play out of the back here. Timbers2 in their 8th year as a part of the Timbers organization. 2nd season in MLS Next Pro. 2-18-4 last year. We'll look to improve upon those numbers in support of the first team. Playing it near side, but this will trickle out towards the track as Josh Penn made a run at it, the 10th pick in the 2021 draft. Enter Miami. Took him in 2021, signed a contract with them. Then went to Chicago. That's where he was acquired from, joining the Timbers organization. And Ryan Bilichuk in goal tonight for Timbers2. Max Anchor will be in net for Vancouver. Anchor's been in the Whitecaps Academy since he joined as a 13-year-old. Now at 18. The journey to become a professional, boy, it starts young. Mateo Campagna got back to it. Also go towards the advertising banners. Players up front for both sides. It'll be interesting to keep an eye on. Gloria Amanda, Levante Johnson for Vancouver. Josh Penn, Ryan Zelfro for Portland. Zelfro is an academy player himself. Shannon Murray said, we're really intrigued by him. He scored in the 92nd minute against Atlanta United in preseason. As this will trickle back. Bilichuk will pick it up. Vancouver had an early cross. It's been a only moment offensively to speak of thus far. This is better now from Portland Timbers, looking to advance the attacking third. Push far side, near side. Josh Penn now. He steps to his left, looking to create. Timbers2 get a cross in here. Just out of the reach of Ian Shaw. High in the air, out of play. That'll be a first set piece for Timbers2. As Tristan Weber jogs to the corner, the 22-year-old. He made his MLS Next Pro debut midway through last season's campaign for Columbus Crew 2. That's the place he wanted to be last year if you're the MLS Next Pro side. They won the championship. Made 7 appearances for Crew 2. This was played short. Actually, a foot was Zelfro, I think, who got a foot to it. It was no problem for Max Anchor. And now Vancouver is looking to generate something in transition. Amanda in the area. Bilichuk sends it away. Gio Aguilar now. Probably one of the better attacking options for Vancouver is a whistle there on Vasco Fry. 6 for Vancouver. Look there. Zelfro just not able to get enough onto it. Wasn't a poor ball, played short. I've even surprised Vancouver a bit there. Self-early academy player, unable to put enough pace. There's Antoine Coupland. I mentioned Johnson spent some time with the first team in preseason. So did Gio Aguilar, the 24-year-old out of California. Out of that preseason time spent in Marbella, Spain. Made an appearance with the first team in training over there. Last season with FC2, 4 goals, 2 assists in 19 games played. Johnson trying to chase it down here. Jaden Jones-Riley in pursuit. That's a nice step through from Johnson. He flicks it forward, chests it down, and sent away. The Caps have had a good moment or two in the first 7+ minutes. Timbers2 back 4, forced to stay sharp early on in this match. Johnson back to German Siakov. And Javi Bulla had a touch there moments ago. On the far side, back to Elaj Ba. Send it forward through the middle, but nobody making a run. Belichick will settle. 28 games over 27 weeks for each of these MLS Next Pro clubs from this weekend through September 24th. 14 teams will reach the playoffs. A stretch of 3 to 4 weeks. And the playoff structure, that's going to be a lot of fun too. Very entertaining setup as teams with the higher seed will choose their opponents. And you wonder how that factors motivationally for the team that gets chosen. MLS Next Pro not afraid to try new things, whether it be playoff format or rules. Talk about returning rules in this league. Again, we talked about no ties. As Timbers2 around the 6, dispossessed. Elaj Ba looking to get it out, and we'll send it away. So it'll be a shootout if there's a score that's level after 90 minutes. Implemented midway through last season. Remember the off-field treatment rule and red card suspension rule. Those were incorporated last year. The player goes down, they're suspected to have an injury, and they're on the ground for longer than 15 seconds. The personnel will come out. And they'll have to at least be out for 3 minutes. And drastically reduced the number of times that a player wound up down on the pitch for more than 15 seconds. Timbers trying to apply pressure out of the back here. Bulla. It's well done by Whitecaps as they push it forward now. There's Siemenkoff will loft it towards the near side. One-handed on the run is Belichick. Almost looked like a shortstop reaching out on the run as Levante Johnson was sprinting ahead. That's a good run. Jaden Jones-Riley was in pursuit. 10 minutes through. Vancouver and Portland. That's out of play. We also should mention the red card suspension rule. If anybody receives a red, if these two teams play again, that's when that suspension will take place. The second meeting between Vancouver and Portland. Sean Ferdinand did well to get back, and he was fouled. And the goal, the perspective of that rule implementation, say a player from Portland is sent off and then plays one of Vancouver's rivals. And Vancouver would have had to have played that top player and their rival would not. They want to eliminate the disadvantages that go with perhaps a player being sent off and missing the next game. This is shot from long distance. Didn't miss by all that much on the right side, but Max Anchor was sure that that was wide. And this was Penn. Had some room. Nearly 30 yards out. Anchor was aware. at the attempt from Zelfro off the corner kick. And that shot there, Portland's best opportunities thus far. Swangard Stadium in Burnaby. Our setting this evening. Cool, crisp evening. As you see on the left side of your screen there, Shannon Murray. We were talking to him before the match. He was pretty straightforward. Said it's not going to be our most experienced lineup of the year, but it's a lineup I'm pretty excited about. And why would you not be excited with the academy products that Portland is putting out on the pitch today, hoping to develop? He was talking about those products. He said, look, I think one of the things that we keep in mind, all these kids are coming to us at these ages. They're coming because they're good players. They're good in whatever environment they're coming from, probably the best. Now they're coming into a place where, look, everyone on the team is that player. As this ball just a bit too heavily weighted. Chuck will pick it up. Murray went on, said, look, they're battling to get on the field every day. So our philosophy, what we're trying to convey to them, how do you approach every single training session, your gym session, video session? All these things come into play. This become the separator of whether or not they continue to progress. And for some, it's been the first time they've been challenged with it, and they struggle with it, and that's okay. How do they dig their way out of that? So that's what we try to help them through. And then the others that are just thriving with the transition, that's pretty good as well. But it's the first time for a lot of them that they're this environment. Competition to get on the field, it's pretty difficult. Everybody vying for first team opportunities. And Vancouver set something up here now. It's played near side. Shot off. Oh, just missed to the left of the post. Abibola that time. Seen a pair of shots from both sides now that weren't all that far from either side of the post. Abibola, who played in the Canadian Premier League previously. See him calling for it on the middle of your screen. Stepped right. Went to the left side. There's a little bit of space between those center backs. Timbers2 will have to step up quicker. He can shortcuts to get a shot off with either leg pretty quickly. Even matched thus far. Previous fixture between these two clubs saw Timbers2 earn a draw. 2-2 at Providence Park. Aguilar was a goal scorer in that match for FC2, and so was Simon Betcher. And for Whitecap supporters, that name rings a bell, especially after his late equalizer in the 8th minute of stoppage time last night to earn a draw for Whitecaps. On the road against Minnesota United. It hasn't been the smoothest start for the first team club in this MLS season. They needed a point there, and they got it. 0-3-3, 3 points to start the campaign. Whitecaps FC2 last night, or Whitecaps, excuse me, the parent club. There's Max Anker. Going to play it deep. Johnson chasing. That ball is weighted enough to get to Billichuk. So Johnson's named a good bit here in the first 15 plus, haven't we? 11 goals as a player at Syracuse, 6 assists and 25 starts in the lone season he played there. Was a Mac Herman Trophy finalist. That's essentially the Heisman Trophy of college soccer. So if you're in the conversation for that, you're doing quite well. And of course, oh yeah, the Orange won a national championship. That helped Johnson earn a 29th overall selection in this past season's MLS Super Draft. Before he was at Syracuse, 9 goals, 8 assists, and 20 starts in Seattle University. So plenty of Pacific Northwest, if you will, experience. Going a little further north than Seattle this time out. There's an Amtrak that keeps those two cities close, though. Good move from Habibullah to retain possession as he pushes it back to Vasco Fry. He's coming off an appearance with the first team at Minnesota. Rico Clark was going to make sure he had enough energy to go tonight, and he does. Despite the late arrival back in. Clever play from Aguilar. Aguilar again with it. Talking with Aguilar before the match about that preseason training spell in Spain. He said, I think one thing I learned is the preparation, pre-game, after the game, everything in between, keeping consistent in those. He said every little detail matters, and not just that, the effort you put into those details. He was one of the more productive options for Whitecaps FC2 last year. He wants to take a similar jump that Simon Betcher has taken. Ali Ahmed, two of his close friends that he certainly still maintains contact with. They're always at the training ground together. He says that's really special dynamic, I feel, what we've got going on in Vancouver. The first team and us, we train, same facility. We're always talking with each other. We're always learning from each other. We pick each other's brains about tactics, how a game, how a practice went, what we're trying to improve. That synergy always ultra important with the first team and their MLS Next components. I think we'll see over the course of the next few years the clubs, the organizations that can develop a good synergy, a similar vision between the coaching staffs of both levels. And it may be as simple as having the same formation, the same shape on both sides, letting the players train in that environment. Here's Johnson, near side, one-on-one, flicks it off of Jones Riley. Keyshawn Ferdinand, I beg your pardon. Jones Riley behind him. Ferdinand joins Timbers2 from Montreal Impact. Let's see, Shannon Murray. Body language perhaps indicating, saying, settle down, let's push up, move forward, get into a rhythm here. Habibullah just taking a slide just in case that pass went to the far side. That's a nice burst by Elash Ba. Ba still with it. The determined effort here. He plays it back. Aguilar evading defenders. Here's Aguilar, gets the shot off. Out of play. I see Aguilar dancing through the defenders here. 1, 2. Ultimately just a bit too difficult. Didn't have his vision towards the net after the turn. Ambitious effort, but Aguilar, ever so talented. 24-year-old from Olivehurst, California. Product of Cal State Northridge, where he was first team All Big West 2 seasons ago. It's already been fun to see Aguilar try to break down the back line of Timbers2 first 20-plus minutes. Got AJ Ricketts here alongside you on MLSNextPro.com. So good to have you with us tonight, a little north of the border. Brisk temperatures, but good to have a new season of MLS Next Pro action underway, where, of course, the majority of the matches this season will be part of MLS Season Pass on Apple TV+. And the rest you can find here on MLSNextPro.com. This league more accessible than ever. Given back before getting to midfield. That's a nice slide to get it right back, though, from Tyler Clegg, the James Madison graduate. Spent 5 years in Harrisonburg playing for the Dukes. That was an important tackle as well. Quick foul came right after from Vancouver. And it's a nice mix, right, here in the MLS Next Pro level. You have the players like Clegg, selected 85th overall, 5 years in college, played 78 matches at James Madison. And you have other players who've been in an academy since 13 years old. They may be 16 right now and are trying to work their way up. Different pathways, surely. The same dream for all who enter this league with aspirations of making their way to the MLS level. Of course, what a time to try to get there. What a time to be there. The scenes, the stadiums, the atmospheres. It's been so fun to watch. New teams entering the league. For St. Louis this season. How incredible has that been to see their start? The best start of any expansion side in history. Long ball played. Johnson in the area. Oh, goodness. Belichick off his line. Has to get back quickly. Well, that was daring, was it not? Johnson with it here. Good touch pass forward. Coupland. Johnson has it again. It's sprayed back. Elaj Ba saves it. Boy, Belichick, he came out, and, you know, it's hard to, on the moment, upon reflection, think of where that distribution may have gone if he stayed inside the 18, but it was a perilous moment or two. Couldn't use his hands, of course, outside the box, we all know. So Johnson was battling for it. Eventually, back line there to help him out. Ryan Belichick, 22-year-old out of Elon. 44th pick in the second round of the 2023 draft. Made one appearance in the Coachella Valley Invite preseason tournament. Played 27 minutes against Toronto FC. Ooh, that took a bounce, did it not? No problem for Max Anchor. Belichick had 11 shutouts for Elon last year in 19 games. 11 shutouts, a program single-season record. Rise Phoenix, they say, in Burlington. Program with a proud tradition. Nearly 25 minutes here through in Burnaby. Good touch towards the near side and a run being made. Jones Riley plays it across. Max Anchor is there. Well done by Anchor to make a dive. If not, perhaps something positive for Portland. That's a good run by Jaden Jones Riley. We haven't really seen him make too many runs. And yeah, if Anchor does not come off the line, that perhaps is an easy tap in for Zelfro. With the awareness and the willingness. Dive on the pitch ensures this game remains scoreless, 0-0. Anchor steady, his first real opportunity. Probably the best threats from Timbers2 here this evening. Again, it's felt very even. Both sides have had a few opportunistic moments. Monte Johnson has been busy. He pushes it forward. Great pass and a little bit heavy of a touch from Habibullah. Oh, really impressed with Johnson here in the early going. Runs on either side. Distribution to the center. Putting pressure on the Timbers2 back line. He's showing why he has impressed Whitecaps coaching staff. Not all that long out of his time at Syracuse. He's a winner. He's a national champion. You bring winning pedigree into your program, that's going to have positive benefits, really no matter the caliber. He's pretty high caliber. It's easy to see for all of us this evening. The corner kick here. Habibullah will send it. Far post. Dangerous. Second ball. Deflected. Zelafro looking to send it away. Johnson battling. Chasing to the flag, and it goes out. Well, nobody there was there to meet the corner. But it was sent to a dangerous area by Habibullah. Ferdinand missed contact. Lucas Dasovic was near the area as well. Ultimately, nothing of it. We play on. Now against Whitecaps. Official statistics are a little slow in updating. I'm wondering what the expected goal total would be now for Timbers. It's still showing about 8 minutes ago, and it was .01. Portland's been more on the front foot in the last few minutes. Caps FC here in their home opener. Season debut for both sides. If you're part of the Whitecaps system, you've already had 6 players sign contracts. I know there's an opportunity, perhaps, just based on recent precedent. Ferdinand to shield the ball here. To Tablio. Axel Schuster, the Whitecaps FC sporting director, as this is given away. Shot put on. It's a little high, but that's well done from Vancouver. Showing some pressing elements. It earned them possession in a shot from distance, but one that very much had good potential from Vasco Fry. A little Peruvian-Canadian citizen. Coach was talking about him, said he's very brave, willing to receive the ball anywhere. And, really off the pitch too, that courage shines through. He left Peru just after turning the age of 18. The situation was getting pretty dangerous where he was from. Said, I finished high school the next day, I was moving to Vancouver. It's Jones Riley making another run. Good slide there from Aguilar. Corner kick though for Portland. Fry said, I always wanted to play soccer. That was the thing that drove me here. That kept me going. It's difficult at age to move your surroundings, your situation, the only things you know. Go to his grandparents' house every weekend, play soccer for hours on end. Let's go Fry with a good opportunity a few moments ago. Here's the corner kick. Low driving ball headed out. Deflected away towards the far side as Aguilar chases. Josh Pinn was also in pursuit. Here's Ferdinand. Christian Weber plays it forward. Zelafro can maintain. Dasovic now lobs it. You see Johnson making a run again. It really does appear him and Habibullah have a good understanding of what each other is trying to do. Remember that ball Johnson played in. Habibullah just a little too heavy on his touch. If he could have brought that in, he would have had a terrific shot from about 12 yards out. And that's not a slight. Habibullah, after a difficult play, essentially going full speed. Set piece here for Timbers2. We know Caliscan to take it, 22-year-old out of Loyola Marymount. 15th picked pick in this most recent draft. Good ball in, headed away. Back to Timbers2. Said Kalaskan's name too much thus far. Again, out of his box is Bilichuk. He went right to Elaj Ball. These two must be sharp here. They are. Now Ferdinand plays it softly. A slide there. And appreciation from the crowd from Gerasimenko. Young dynamic fullback. Plays youth soccer in Calgary before joining the Whitecaps Academy. Palayo. Again, Jones-Riley. He's becoming more active on that near side flank. Sends one in. Oh, it's in a loose area, and that was a necessary tackle at the last moment from Vasco Fry. Oh, goodness, it looked like if Zelafro could plant his foot, he'd have a point-blank shot. There's the ball in. Zelafro looks like he had a chance. Dasovic lost that 50-50 battle. Portland holding their own on the road here the first half hour plus. Another low driving ball, and header is just wide. It looks to be how Portland wants to approach these set pieces. Zelfro has been active. Just outside or inside the 6. A bit of disappointment in the body language after, but wasn't a lot of angle to work with. Johnson. Oh, goodness, he cuts right. Can he get past Jones-Riley? Draws a foul. Such a quick burst from Levante Johnson. And he earns a set piece in a dangerous area here for FC2. We've got Gerasimenko and Abibola standing around the ball here. Let's see who takes this set piece. Portland will have a two-man wall as Bilichuk stands at that post, eyeing what kind of angle he wants his defense to take. Sent them over just one step. Ball was doing something around the area. All right. There's Siemenkoff. We'll send it towards the far post. And the first to it was Tyler Clegg. And now a corner kick for Vancouver. Clegg has great height. And the tallest in that area. Does his job well there. Mentioned the time he spent at Harrisonburg at JMU. When he got drafted, he said, man, I almost felt like a deer in the headlights. I was hoping my name was going to get called. I saw it up there. Just surreal. Dream come true. Top defense center backs of the Colonial Athletic Association last year. Hoping that success translates to his first professional experience. Here's the Vancouver corner. High arcing ball towards the far post, and this time, Julian Bravo, the first to head to it. Johnson sneaks by his defender. That was done well. Noel Kalaskan ensured that he would not see Johnson. Spurt by him. Aguilar. Can't maintain it. I mentioned the stat delay. Was expecting the expected goals number to shoot up. Oh, that's a bad giveaway in the back. Coupland. Can he center? Stops. Shields. Plays back to the 18. Shot is blocked. Second ball is punched away. This is good from Whitecaps here. Glenn played it back. Shot really went out of frame there. Looks like it took a deflection. And Portland settling with just getting their defense back in a set position. That expected goals total for Timbers2 at 0.35 for Vancouver 0.13. 7 combined shots now, I should say, between the two clubs. We start to approach the final few minutes of the first half. A driving ball. Again, Portland's been first the last couple of set pieces. Good touch and a foul. Calascan plays quickly. Zelafro. Jones-Riley, a little slippery. That's unfortunate. He was making a nice run on that near side. Jones-Riley, a third-round pick in the 2023 MLS draft. Well, if you're a supporter of either side thus far tonight, probably have had your moments of encouragement. Not say that either club has dominated the pace of this game. Both have had bright moments to their credit, particularly, in this man's opinion, Levante Johnson, as his ball just a bit too heavily weighted. Rory Amanda was trying to do something positive with it. It looks real clear early on that Gio Aguilar and Levante Johnson will be two players to keep an eye on over the course of this season for FC2. We really knew that about Aguilar already, didn't we? He has proven himself to a solid extent at the MLS Next Pro level. Johnson coming out of university, ready to prove himself. He's been ever so active in the first half thus far today. On the flip side for Timbers2, Josh Pinn and Zelafro have had their moments, and Jones-Riley as well looking to distribute from that near side flank. I wonder if Calascan can get a little more involved over the course of this match. 15th pick in the draft. Devin Kerr was talking about him after that pick. He said, it's one thing to be a hard-nosed midfielder, but what do you do after that? He goes from the back line forward, receiving on the half turn, getting it where it needs to go. In Portland's system, that makes sense. You're moving quick, you're bouncing around side to side. I thought he slides right into this lineup well. Draft picks going at it here today. Welcome to the league. Just over 5 minutes left here in the first half. Pleasure to be alongside you tonight. I'm AJ Ricketts. Timbers2, Whitecaps FC2. Each looking for their first goal of the season. Where are we going here? Right towards the middle. Ferdinand will call for it on the near side. Jones-Riley makes a quick run after the pass. Johnson in defense now. Johnson's kept Ferdinand busy much of tonight. Timbers2 say, hey, I'm trying to make you work a little bit on that end. Bach. Been steady on that far flank. No whistle here. Tackle on the far side. Is this going to be our first booking of the evening? Sure looks like it. Card is out. Tyler Clegg receiving a talking to. Card stayed down though. Oh. You know what? I'm gonna retract that. I thought our head official, Blaine Ruck, pulled down to a car. That was just his whistle. Tyler Clegg's just fine. That's a good ball near side. Levante Johnson steps left. Cut off. Jones-Riley holds his own, but concedes a corner kick here at FC2. Bulla in the corner. They're receiving a call there to play it short if his teammate so decides. be triggered in. Going towards the far post, and no problem for Belichick. Read it well. There was one tense moment or so for Belichick when he came outside the box, and Johnson was very close making something happen. But otherwise, Belichick, though he's been active in the first half, has been solid. 34th pick in the draft. For Elon, spent a number of seasons with South Carolina, who is not in the SEC in soccer. They were a Conference USA member. 37 career games with the Gamecocks. Started 10 of 11 his senior year before making his way to Elon, where, upon reflection, really nothing but a success, all things considered. There's hesitation here from Gareth Siemenkoff. The touch a bit too strong, and that trickles to Belichick. Johnson's a bit too off balance as he's in the area. Well played by Gareth Siemenkoff. Tapped and sent out by Palaio. Abibula steps right. Stays with it. Plays it to Johnson. Can he turn? He's looking to heel it to his teammate. This played near side. Elijah Ba. Haven't seen him in this position too often. Ba joined Whitecaps Academy in 2020. Now throw in here. Just over a minute to play here in the first half. Seven combined shots between the two clubs here in the first 44-plus minutes, so that's a good distribution. Gareth Siemenkoff tried to push it. Johnson couldn't get to it. Coupland battling, but he'll be whistled. Final few seconds now of the first half. We're hearing there will not be any stoppage time to speak of. Would not say it's been an ultra-conservative half by any means. But these teams have seen some opportunities opened up in the run of play. Well, there'll be one more here in the final couple of seconds as Amanda chased. Ferdinand sent away. And there's the first half whistle. So 7 combined shots between the two clubs. Some good opportunities. Both Timbers2 and Whitecaps FC2 have threatened, but ultimately nothing to speak of. Belichick and Anchor have done their jobs in net. No score after 45 minutes of play. It's Timbers2, FC2 in the MLS Next Pro opening weekend. Much more coming up here on MLSNextPro.com. Stay with us as we hit the half. Back after this. And as we head to break, let's toss it to an interview with Darius Barnes, the president of Crown Legacy FC, one of the new additions to MLS Next Pro. We'll toss it there and be back with more after this.
Hey there, welcome back to another exciting season of MLS Next Pro. I'm Samara Perez. The action kicks off this weekend, and today we are delighted to be joined by Crown Legacy President Darius Barnes. Darius, your club debuts this weekend against Huntsville City FC, and we're sure you must be pretty busy, so thank you so much for making time for us today.
No, thanks for having me, Samara. It's a pleasure to join.
How anxious are you to get the season started?
We're excited here at Crown Legacy FC and Charlotte FC to finally be able to enter MLS Next Pro, and for us to be able to finally, put our boots across the white lines and kind of display ourselves. We're excited. Obviously, we tuned in last year in the inaugural season, and for us to be able to enter here in 2023 in our inaugural season. And we're excited about what Crown Legacy FC has to bring and offer to the league.
We often talk about the pathway to MLS Next Pro. What has your path been like from the moment you became president to now?
I started with Charlotte FC here in 2021 to help build and grow our club here in the Carolinas. And it's just been a fantastic opportunity for me. Ultimately success for us is going to be how many players are able to push through our pipeline from our academy to Crown Legacy FC and on to the first team playing at Bank of America Stadium. And so all eyes are on the prize and making sure we're pushing players through to the first team and making sure the players have the necessary resources. We feel confident about the players that we've been able to assemble from a Crown Legacy FC standpoint. And hopefully in a year, 2, 3 years time, we'll be able to see the fruits of that labor.
What has been the biggest hurdle your club has been able to overcome during this past year?
Just finding the dedicated time really has probably been the biggest obstacle, but our organization has been fantastic and given us the support and resources that we need to making sure, obviously, that we were able to launch successfully in MLS last year with Charlotte FC, and have no doubt that we'll be able to do the same this year with Crown Legacy FC. So, a lot of the hard work is behind us, but we still have tons of hard work ahead of us as the season commences this weekend for us on Sunday at 3 p.m. against Huntsville City FC. We're extremely excited about the opportunity to be able to showcase ourselves. So this has just been a fantastic feat for us as a club, and we're looking forward for what's to come.
We're happy to hear that. Darius, what does it mean to you being back in your home state of North Carolina, now leading Crown Legacy FC?
Yeah, it really means the world. It has some extra lift and extra adrenaline for me to be able to help grow a club in my home state. Being from Raleigh, North Carolina, and I played my college ball at Duke University. Being able to have the opportunity to come full circle and bring the game back here and help grow the game here has a little bit of an extra meaning for me. For us, we just want to be another opportunity that motivates kids and motivates youth to pursue their dreams, to pursue their ambitious goals to become a professional player.
All right, now finally, let's dive into the people. What has the community's response been like to the team? Just
been unwavering support for us. We've really tried to be extremely rooted in this community, and that's paid off tenfold. This has been fantastic from a community asset standpoint, and for us as a club, we want to get involved in local communities, and that doesn't just include Charlotte, but it's hyper-local communities. And so just being able to dive in and peel the layers back and give back to the supporting and surrounding communities of the Charlotte area is going to be fantastic, and that exudes off the pitch as well. The boys had a fantastic park cleanup day earlier this week in the Matthews area, and they know the importance that it means to not to just have the community support them, but to support the community as well.
That's amazing. We're excited for you guys. Well, Darius, thank you so much for speaking with us today. It was a pleasure, and we wish Crown Legacy FC much success this season.
I appreciate it, Samara. It was nice to be on here.
I'm Samara Perez. Thanks for tuning in.
Well, great conversation right there. So much excitement around the league, so many new clubs, and this is only going to keep rolling here with MLS Next Pro. Right now, we're in Swangard Stadium in Burnaby. It's 0-0 after 45 minutes of play. AJ Ricketts alongside you as we take a look at some of the first half numbers between Timbers2 and Whitecaps FC2. 7 combined shots between The two clubs pretty even possession-wise. Just one shot on target, though. Had a couple wide of the right post, wide of the left post, on top of the crossbar. The anchor had to be solid on a cross. He stepped out. If not, that perhaps might have been tapped in by Timbers2. So 6 set pieces on the corners, but no goals to speak of after 45 minutes of play. We'll see if the attacking approach is a little more aggressive coming out of the locker rooms. Should be a fun second half here as we head to the second 45 minutes in just a little bit. For right now, though, let's send it over to Michelle Montaigne and Samara Perez with more on the upcoming MLS Next Pro season. Take it away.
MLS Next Pro fans, we are back. Michelle Montaigne alongside my co-host Samara Perez, getting ready for Season 2, which will be here very, very soon. And since this league does things a little bit differently, we're here to explain all you need to know for Season 2 of MLS Next Pro.
MLS Next Pro was launched by Major League Soccer in March of 2022. The Professional Men's Soccer League provides players a pathway to bigger opportunities in soccer, such as landing a first-team contract. MLS Next Pro is fundamental to the development of all professionals working in and around the beautiful game.
There are 27 teams competing in the league this year. They're broken up into 4 divisions that make up 2 conferences. The Frontier and Pacific divisions make up the Western Conference, each featuring 7 teams apiece. The Northeast Division boasts 6 clubs, and the Central Division with 7 teams both make up the Eastern Conference.
Now, this league is all about innovation. Therefore, it features several differences from other soccer leagues. First, there are no ties in MLS Next Pro. If a match ends in a tie at the end of regulation, the game will proceed directly to a shootout with kicks from the penalty mark.
That brings us to the point system. Similar to other soccer leagues, a team will earn 3 points with a win at the end of regulation, 1 point for a tie, and 0 points for a loss in regulation. A club will earn 2 points if the game ends in a tie and they go on to win the shootout that Samara just explained following the end of regulation.
Last year, we introduced 2 rules not seen anywhere else. First, the off-field treatment rule, or OTR for short, where if a player is suspected to have an injury and is on the ground for more than 15 seconds, a medical crew comes onto the field to evaluate the player and assist him off the pitch. The player is then treated by medical staff and required to remain off the field for 3 minutes. Next, the red card suspension rule. If a player receives a red card, that player will serve the resulting 1-game suspension against the same team that he received the red card. This rule applies in the case of a direct red card or a second yellow card. 2023 will introduce a new rule. The league added a new time substitution rule. This allows a maximum of 10 seconds for a player to leave the field when subbed off. If he exceeds 10 seconds, the player coming in must wait 60 seconds to enter the field, which results in the team playing a man down for that period of time.
Also new this year, the expanded playoffs feature a pick-your-opponent format for the first 2 rounds. 7 teams from each conference will advance to the playoffs. The club with the most regular season points in each conference will earn a first-round bye. Now, during the quarterfinals, the next 2 teams in each conference, so the 2 and 3 seeds, will choose their opponent and will host their match. The 2 remaining teams not selected will play each other, with the higher-seeded team hosting. In the conference semis, the 1 seed will choose its opponent from the remaining 2 lowest-seeded teams, with home field advantage, of course. The second highest seed will host the remaining team.
Also this season, the majority of MLS Next Pro matches, plus all Decision Day matches and the Cup, will stream live on MLS Season Pass on Apple TV. To view the complete schedule, visit MLSnextPro.com.
Samara and I are so excited for year 2, and we cannot wait to watch it all unfold alongside all of you.
Welcome back to Swangard Stadium here in Burnaby, as we're just a few moments away from the start of second half action here on MLSNextPro.com. AJ Ricketts alongside you. Let's take a look at those first half highlights between Whitecaps FC2 and Portland Timbers 2. 7 combined shots between the two clubs. Early on here in the first half, Daylight was still out, had a short corner kick taken, and Ryan Zelfro got a boot to it, but was not able to put enough pace under that. Now Zelfro on the near side. Later in that first half, pushed it to Josh Penn. A better strike there, but wide right of the post. Now Vancouver on the opposite end, and this was an opportunity that went wide left of the post from Cameron Habibola. He was all over the place in the first half. Gio Aguilar did well to evade a number of defenders. Did not have the vision to put that on the right spots. And this is perhaps the most impressive play in net from either keeper, as Max Anchor made the right decision there. A couple of set pieces Vancouver was just unable to connect on. And this giveaway here in the back also was an opportunity for Vasco Fry, but he sailed it high the crossbar. So you're seeing a number of chances for both sides. They have taken just a bit too many moments of brilliance to finish off. There were chances for the taking. And we'll see if any of these sort of opportunities wind up in net over the course of the second half. There's Copeland at the end. Maybe if he had quickly slid that over to Johnson, he would have had a chance for a touch. But we are back and ready to go. 45 minutes to play. If we're still scoreless, we'll have a shootout. We'll see if anything develops first in the run of play. Fun first half, no doubt about it. Open does this game perhaps get in the second. Last year, Vancouver, 7th in the West, 7 wins, 9 losses, 8 ties for a total of 32 points. I mentioned ties. Well, that then led to the shootouts, 3 shootout wins, 5 shootout losses. Last year for Portland, 11th in the West, 2 wins, 18 losses, 4 ties. They won all of their shootouts, however. 4 shootout wins, did not lose any of those, for a total of 14 points. Shannon Murray and company on the road here in Burnaby to start off their campaign. Murray spent some time not that long ago in France. He was overseas, taking part in the EFCL. What is that? The Elite Formation Coaching License Program, partnership with the French Football Federation. He was over there in France for 7 weeks, over 18 months. Very prestigious course. Arsenal involved in that program as well. Shannon Murray, highly respected coach. Ricardo Clark in his first season, guiding Whitecaps FC2. It's not his first on staff in the organization, but it speaks, does it not, to the importance that the club places on this level of development. We're underway here in the second half. Glad to have you with us. I haven't seen Dawson McCartney yet either for Portland. who was a goal scorer last year for Timbers2. Right out of the gates, Vancouver, perhaps threatening. Centering pass is headed out. Now Vasco Fry earns a set piece, to the dismay of Ryan Zelafro, who's saying he extended that arm. That's how I went down. Fry is currently down. Needing a couple of moments here. Javier Siemenkoff and Javi Bola once again discussing what to do with this set piece. Got Mateo Campagna on the bottom side of your screen. 6'2". Taller options here for FC2. 4 in the box. Javi Bola will take a shot on that, and that's a goal. Oh, what a set piece. And it's the opening tally of the 2023 campaign for Whitecaps FC2. Cameron Javi Bola opens his account, and it's 1-0 to the home side in Burnaby. Vancouver had not attempted a strike on net on any of those set pieces in the first half. Typically playing it towards the far post. That time, Javi Bola going to the left side post, and he sneaks it past Ryan Bilichuk, and it's 1-0 to FC2. That's perfectly placed. Curling ball in outside of the outstretched arms of Bilichuk, and Cameron Javi Bola opens the scoring tonight. That's a sensational strike. Javi Bola on loan for the first team, the 20-year-old. Out of Uzbekistan, hometown in Vancouver. First year in MLS Next Pro, 8th year in the Vancouver Whitecaps system. His last MLS appearance came on October 2nd, 2021. Does not have a goal at the professional level, does have an assist. He has aspirations of getting back to that level, of course. And moments like that will help in that endeavor. Represented Canada at the 2019 FIFA U17 World Cup. Spent last year on loan with the Canadian Premier League side Pacific FC. Now can Portland get it back? Overlapping run on the near side. Josh Penn. How much of a sense of urgency does this inject into Timbers2? Here's a shot, right side. Anchor parries it away. How about the first 5 minutes of the second half here? Well, that's a good sidestep. And the touch heavy. And Tyler Clegg, the center back, playing up. And got a little too physical there after he lost control. Here's the shot from Ian Shaw. Anchor probably could have done a bit more to punch it away further to the side. Trickled in the area of Timbers player, but all in all, got the job done. A 47th minute goal for Cameron Javi Bola. Starts the scoring tonight. And you wonder if Bilichuk just had a hard time seeing that off the foot. If the wall actually perhaps impeded his sight line. He was well struck, but perhaps from that distance, one could argue Belichick could have slid over to make the save unless he was really positioned to the left side of the net upon the strike. Hard for us to know when he was out of frame. Nevertheless, can't take anything away from that strike. And now, here's Vancouver again. Coupland trying to navigate around Tyler Clegg. Good touch pass into Levante Johnson. 4 green jerseys around him. Johnson nearly got out of that. Coupland pushes it to the middle. Dory Amanda loses possession. How about these moves here? And a whistle and a foul. Oh, Caliscan saying perhaps that was worthy of a card. Have to put it in the official's mind, perhaps for the next foul or two. Numbers on the near side here for Timbers2. Well done by Baugh, sniffing that out. This will go over to Portland. Talked about success stories for Vancouver at the pro level. Timbers has seen that in their academy product, and homegrown player Tega Koba scored his first MLS goal in the season debut March 18th against Atlanta United. There's pretty much for every club a success story of players competed at this level, got the job done, impressed the coaching staff, and earned a first-team contract. Who will it be? Who's on the pitch right now? This young man has been making a case. Levante Johnson already has been practicing with the first team. Baugh overran it. Campagna came to slide in, and that's a bad ball towards the back. Well done by Dasovic to clear away. Still in a dangerous area here for Timbers2. And now Whitecaps. Can they do something in transition here? They're going to play it long, and Belichick was off his line. Ambitious effort here. That was under hit. We talked about some of the new rules, or the returning rules in MLS Next Pro. Another one that we did not mention earlier is the new time substitution rules. That allows a maximum of 10 seconds for a player to leave the field when he is substituted. If he does not do so within the discretion of the referee's timer, a replacement player will not be allowed to enter for at least 60 seconds. The team will play a man down. Just all part of the effort to ensure a full 90 minutes of gameplay is undertaken. Give away in the back, and now they're trying to get past Anchor. Oh, he was off his line, and Portland has leveled. A disastrous sequence there for Whitecaps FC2. And Timbers2 is equalized here in the 55th. It was hard to tell immediately how far off his line Anchor was. But you had an idea, because why attempt the shot if not? And it's Noel Caliscan with his first goal of the 2023 season. He did it in style. The 15th pick of the draft. Shannon Murray said he's done really well for us. We've been impressed with the effort he's brought to the table. Caliscan was reflecting on his time coming out of the academy in Germany. He said, I wasn't ready to be a pro yet. Coming to attended college at LMU. He said that was one of the best decisions he made in his soccer career. Moments like that, looks like he is ready to be a pro. Don't you love when your first round draft pick makes moves or sequences like that? 1-1 here. Yeah. The pace and the efficiency, the execution has really picked up, even in the first 10-plus minutes of the second half. Now another run made. Jones-Riley plays it in. Anchor. Again, able to slide across. Timbers2 really do look competent at the moment. How quickly can things go awry when you give it away in your own half and your keeper is out of the box? Truly takes 90 minutes of focus. However, Caliscan had to execute that. We just saw Vancouver try to do something similar with Bilichuk playing a bit away from nets, and it was under hit. That is not an easy sequence to execute. Here's Gloria Amanda. Can Vancouver get it back? Great touch. And there is another one. Vancouver answers. It's 2-1. Game on. Just moments later, it's Antoine Coupland, the crafty winger from Chelsea. And how about that touch? Watch the run up the middle here. Beautiful ball played from Habibola, who has a goal and now an assist to his tally. He put that in the perfect spot. And Coupland able to take advantage of it. Great interplay after the run on the near side. Vancouver 2, Portland 1. So Caliscan scores in the 55th, and just over a minute later, Vancouver regains their advantage. Well, this style of play is fun for any neutral, is it not? Let's keep this going. Scoreless at the half, and then 3 goals in the next 10 minutes. Portland perhaps annoyed. Vancouver delighted at the latest sequence of events, and now they're running once more. Levante Johnson has been deserving of one. Johnson cuts in. An extra step. Johnson! Oh, nearly a third. Just wide right. It was a brilliant extra touch by Johnson as the center back thought he was going to fire that shot. Watch Ferdinand chase. Bumped off the ball just a bit, then Ferdinand stepped. And Johnson took an extra touch when Pelayo was in front of him. Well, that looked destined towards the side netting. Somewhat surprised it did not go in after the really brilliant moves of dribbling from Levante Johnson, the Syracuse product. He's had a terrific match thus far. No goal or assist to his credit. But anyone watching the live stream today, and anyone on the coaching staff who watches the tape, will have plenty of positive things to say. It's a good ball played to the near side. Christian Weber was cut off by Ba, though, and then fouled him. This closing speed of Elijah Ba. Looks like that was maybe a successful switch of field. Elijah Ba had other ideas. Half an hour to play. Despite the goal given up by Anchor when he was out of positioning, He's had two well-executed sequences when Portland was crossing into the box from a really advantageous angle. And again, this time Dasovic getting back just in time. A quick throw from Portland. Looked like something was developing with that. Remember, a quick toss to Penn. He'll flick it forward. Good turn, but taken away. I don't know if Johnson mishit that, but it ended up with Aguilar nevertheless. Caps switch sides. Elaj Ba. Heavy touch. Ba went down. No whistle. Ian Shaw will spray it towards the middle. Now Caliscan, the goal scorer. And Shaw lost it. Now perhaps a counter from FC2. Here's Johnson. Gloria Amanda making a run in the middle. Lamonte Johnson plays it to him. Let it slip by. Now Javi Bulla fakes. Gets to the middle. Gets the shot off, and it's wide left by not that much. Both hands on his face for a moment. Javi Bulla perhaps thought he could have done more with that, all things considered. But he took a step up to him and nearly was able to sneak that in past Bilichuk for a second time. Think of the different options for Vancouver today, where we've seen had really wide-eyed moments in front of nets and been able to take advantage of it or come close. Johnson, certainly, we've referenced him plenty of times. Javi Bulla is a goal scorer. Coupland. Vasco Fry had a great shot. Aguilar has made life difficult at times for defenders. Very encouraging. Ball tried to get past two defenders. He's dispossessed. Here's Ian Shaw. It's a poor ball in. Shaw didn't have to get it off quickly. He gave it away after the Vancouver giveaway. Now here are Whitecaps, a chance here. Coupland one-on-one with the keeper, and he wins that. But the flag is up. The flag is up. You saw the moment of despair when he realized it. There's another look. No, that was the side. I misjudged that. That's an error on the broadcaster. The flag was down. That should have been perhaps a better struck ball. It was side netting. Coupland missed a shot. The broadcaster missed a call. We move on here in the 65th. Throw in here for Vancouver. Yeah, looks like there was some good space on the left side of the goal there. He tried to sneak it in near posts. We'll have our first substitution of the match. Blake Pope, 19-year-old midfielder, will come in. First sub for either side. He comes in for Jaden Jones-Riley. And you kind of see the effects of that substitution rule. So often, that substitution coming back towards midfield. Jones-Riley just came off the wherever he was closest position to the out-of-play line. So quick sub, and we're back underway. Bit of a shove on Shaw there. Ball went down. Now this will go Portland's way. You know, perhaps not a situation in another league. A player stays down for a longer time after being fouled. They gather themselves. Take some time. Not here. Granted, Portland is down a goal, so really no reason to try to kill a couple extra seconds off the clock. Quick moving game even with the whistles. That's Tyler Clegg advancing up the field. Clegg bring the ball forward, creating a good opportunity here. Portland just high. Anchor was covering the near post. Blake Pope freshly into the match. Making a run on that far side. Give Clegg credit. Bringing the ball forward through the midfield, and then Blake Pope with his first shot of the season. He signed with the club after playing last season's MLS Next Pro campaign for North Texas SC. In 23 matches, started in 13 of them. A player with league experience in the first year. As Levante Johnson accelerating forward, tried to find Copeland. Play blown dead. As Johnson is down. The rule says 15 seconds, and if medical personnel is needed on the field, then they miss 3 minutes. These 1-to-1, or sometimes if at some point the player really takes a shot and needs, maybe they need 45 seconds, how that process goes. Not trying to embellish, but really just needing the extra time. Saw Johnson, even though Vancouver up, a sense of urgency to get back on his feet. Here's Javi Bola, a goal scorer. To Copeland, the other for Vancouver. Copeland finds Javi Bola at the 18. He spins, plays it to the near side. Bah! Chips it far post. And just out of the reach of Gloria Amanda. That was clever from Javi Bola and Bah. Here's Caliscan. Sends it forward. Bounces it to the chest of Anchor, who will calmly pick it up. Anchor in the right spot that time. Remember, Portland's goal coming against the run of play. It's on a giveaway. Anchor wasn't in the right spot. Or, you know, maybe there's an argument to be made. He generally was where he should be. And that was just a bad giveaway for Vancouver. I'm going to place all the critique on the Vancouver keeper. Here's Amanda. He's offside. That time, the flag is up. So around 20 minutes left here at Swangard Stadium. Again, this is a match in which Timbers will be playing a more youthful side. Good number of academy products in the starting 11. Vancouver has players who have MLS experience. scattered throughout their roster. But again, the average age here at the MLS Next Pro level tends to sway young. We're going to have our second substitutions here.
Second substitution for Portland Timbers2 in the 71st minute. Leaving the game at number 70, Joshua Penn. And the game at number 77, Selmer Missick.
Selmer Missick is in for Josh Penn. Two subs now used for Portland, Missick and Blake Pope. See, that provides a spark in the fight for the second and equalizing goal. Ricardo Clark has not yet gone to his bench. Johnson turns to his left. Oh, he created space for himself, and Johnson just mishit it. Fires wide right. Contingent of supporters towards the touchline there. Clamoring for Johnson's score. Ricardo Clark talking about his team before the season said, when we're playing well, we're going to be getting forward as quickly as possible, advancing the ball in possession as quickly as possible. We want to play vertical, play through lines. If we're not able to do that, recognizing that, switching the point of attack quickly either to our fullbacks or our 11s to get in those one-on-one situations. I think there's been a number of times tonight we've seen how quickly Vancouver really can get out in transition, get out on the counter, or play through the flow of their offense. Levante Johnson, big factor in all of that. He gains possession. He'll go to Elijah Ba. Amanda making a run. Instead, this play toward net. Belichick got back. Saw the idea there. Just a bit too much loft on it. Goalkeeper recovering. And now advancing. Missick steps to his right. Missick. Defenders all around him. Still in an attacking area. Well, that was played to the far side. And Anchor is steady. Goal. Blake Pope had his second shot since entering just a few moments ago. And Max Anchor playing the near post well. Stayed in front. Blake Pope giving good minutes in his stretch of play since coming on. Pope came on in the 65th minute. Still earns a corner kick for Timbers2. And swinging ball towards the middle. Tell you what, Julian Bravo came awfully close to putting a head on that. Watch the middle of the pitch here. Just not able to get a clean look at it. Player down for Vancouver. We're going to have a couple more subs as well. Christian Greco-Taylor. Will come on for Gloria Amanda. Johansson will also enter.
Second substitution for Vancouver Whitecaps FC2, leading the game, number 52, Vasco Fry. And the game, number 84, Christian Greco-Taylor.
Vasco Fry also exits the game. It's the first pair of subs for Ricardo Clark. It's Greco-Taylor and Hansen. Solid match for Amanda. wasn't entirely impactful, but made a number of strong runs. Was very active. There were other options who ended up in the stat sheet for Whitecaps FC2. Some pressure being applied here, taken away by Coupland. He already has one to his account. That's deflected. Second ball. Nothing doing. Johansson wanted a goal quickly after his introduction to the match. Here's Blake Pope again. Ever so active since entering himself. He'll play it far side. Zelafro centers. Oh, a slip. That's unfortunate. Still with Portland and played out. Ian Shaw looks like he had a chance to line one up. Ill-timed slip. FC2 will take it. As time starts to tick down. Selfro had it taken. Gerasimikov. Here's Ferdinand advancing. Ferdinand still on the line to the 18, and that'll be a foul. A set piece here coming for Timbers2. Ferdinand credits. Turning to the back line. Earning his team a set piece. Christian Weber standing by the ball. Missick as well. This a bit further out than the free kick that FC2 scored with. Just one moment of brilliance needed to tie this up. You see on the ground, Christian Greco-Taylor underneath the wall. Free kick taken. Oh, it's still just over the crossbar, not by much. Weber with a good effort there. Perhaps a bit of a stressful moment there for Weber. He had to fully extend and went crashing into the post. He was not positive that that would be over the crossbar. He had to be sure. You don't go barreling into that post unless there's some doubt. Portland's starting to earn more possession out of the midfield jousts in the last few minutes. Feels as if FC2 is on the back foot just a tad. Tyler Clegg advancing it again. Good ball to the near side. Flag up. Eight shots in the second half for FC2, 6 for Timbers2. Whitecaps have had 12 touches in the opponent's box, 14 final third entries, 22 final third entries for Timbers2. 14 combined shots between the two clubs. Just over 10 minutes left. We saw all three of these goals in a 10-minute stretch. Here's Clegg again. He's been impressive. That's a beautifully weighted ball. Anchor will dive. And Zelafro is not that all far away from having a chance to tie it at 2. And Tyler Clegg, his ability to dribble, keep it at his feet, advance around the midfield, and play it into his attacking players. That has proven beneficial today. Here's a run from Elaj Ba. He's taking some contact. Ba keeps his dribble. Send it far side. Levante Johnson. Agibola. Taylor spread it wide. This towards the center, and that was just off the edge of the boots. Johnson was trying to put that on frame. Foul against Whitecaps here. His third substitution here for FC2. Lowell Wrights. He'll come on for the goal scorer and assist man today. Cameron Agibola receives a nice ovation from the fans in attendance. Well deserved. Agibola's day is complete here in the 82nd. Lowell Wright is on. Wright recently spent some time in the Canadian Premier League with York United, scored 7 goals. Played 1 game in MLS Next Pro action last year. Portland has been efficient in the last few minutes, though. This match is certainly not over. Kalaskan goes far post, a necessary header away from Gerasimenkoff. That certainly would have been the second goal for Timbers2 without that sequence. But now on the counter, Vancouver would love to put it away here. This for a third, off the post, denied. Oh, ever so close for Gerasimenkoff. But Timbers2 still with hope in the final minutes of this one. Unbelievable. That got by Bilichuk, and inches away from finding the net, but not so. The game can be cruel. That surely would have been the dagger for Whitecaps FC2. Portland still attacking. Oh, Anchor diving. What a save. Max Anchor. Well, these are becoming tense moments down the stretch here for Whitecaps FC2. Portland, they feel deserving of a second. And being deserving certainly does not immediately correlate to goals. Let's see if FC2 can hold on here. Well, how close was Gerasimenkoff just moments ago? Doesn't get much tighter than that. Here's Lowell Wright. Talented winger. Nearly earns a corner. That was well played. And Bravo. Now Timbers playing it long. It worked out for FC2. Marco Taylor. Gio Aguilar. See if Whitecaps can settle here for a few moments. Earn a spell of possession. Force Timbers 2 to work defensively. That kick out of play towards the tent, and Timbers 2 right back at it. Ba got hit in the face there, holding his eye. To hit the 87th minute. Vancouver with the 2-1 edge. Zelafro couldn't bring it down. Ba with no reason to hurry. Many more efforts do Timbers 2 have. 4 shots on goal here in the second half, after just 1 in the first. It's been a more purposeful offensive approach. That resulted in a game-tying goal, but it was only a minute or so later they conceded the second to Whitecaps FC. Greco Taylor. And here's Clegg. He's been doing good things with the ball at his feet. Distribution to Pelayo. Tries to find Pope on the far side and does. This is good here from Timbers 2. Ferdinand to Clegg. And he's going to play up. Portland trying to do what they can, and now Clegg has to sprint back. There's some center backs out of position. Coupland. Not this time here for Vancouver. You see how Timbers 2 can be compromised. When those center backs play up, that does earn their forwards some chances. Vancouver can ever so quickly turn it the other way. And if Clegg pushes up and then Timbers 2 give it away, well, that's a tough task for him to try to chase down these attacking players like Levante Johnson. Aguilar centers. Here's Lowell Wrights trying to square it up, and it's right towards the hands of Bilichuk. That's Wright's first shot since entering the match. Be fascinating to see the amount of stoppage time here. We had 3 goals in the second half. There was no stoppage time after the first 45 minutes of play. And quickly our inquiry will be answered. 3 minutes of stoppage time. And substitution coming on here. Alex Moreno coming on for Timbers 2. He'll come in for Zelafro. He's been on the run all evening long. And not much time left for Moreno to try to make an impact. He'll have just over 3 minutes of action. But given away, played forward, the flag was up. Just a beat too late on that pass from Levante Johnson to Joe Aguilar. Weber. And it poked away by Ba. High in the air here, right. Couldn't settle. A foul against right here. Under the announcement, 3 minutes. Time ticking down on the Timbers here in the season opener. A goal will force a shootout and earn them at least 1 point. Christian Weber tries to play it towards the edge of the 18. Sent back. Blake Pope on the ground. The turn and shot was mishit from Julian Bravo. All sorts of numbers forward for Portland. Copeland, oh, that's a clever move on the near side. We'll tap it forward. Christian Greco-Taylor dribble towards the corner. And this will stay with Vancouver. 92nd minute. Right there for Timbers too. They thought they had earned the throw in, and so that's at least going to take another 30 seconds off the clock. And this is the reason for a delay. I suppose as you reach this moment of the game, well, you have to be off the field for 3 minutes, but the end of stoppage time comes, you're all right. Or you only have to play a man down for 30 seconds or so. And that is not to question the potential cramps that Elijah Baum may be experiencing here. He has been up and down the pitch all evening long. It's been a great effort from Baum, 17-year-old from Ottawa. As it stands, we see the official saying there, not going to allow the substitution, and I think that's what the official was saying. Javon Bodwell. Or will he allow him? We're almost to the end of the 3 minutes of stoppage time at this juncture. It'll be interesting to see how much further Alan Rook allows. Throw into right on that touchline, bounces off the flag, and still with Whitecaps. Going off his toe as if it was by mistake. Still get another couple of seconds. I like that for Wright. That's well, Timbers2 probably does not appreciate. This is the art. This is an art. For all the measures to eliminate time wasting, it's hard to fully fault a team in this situation. Particularly when they have earned the throw. You see the frustration though from Timbers2. Approaching the 95th minute. Timbers2, it's been in this corner for a while now, hasn't it? Just walloped out of play there that time. Will there be enough time for one more Timbers2 advancement? Keyshawn Ferdinand sprays it towards the far side. Now Blake Pope play up the middle. Everyone coming forward. And possession lost. Johansson turns, and really it's at any moment now. Official certainly giving extra time, but that time has run out. Vancouver Whitecaps, FC2 opens up the 2023 campaign with a 2-1 victory over Timbers2 here at Swangard Stadium. A thrilling 10-minute stretch of play early in the second half, where all three goals came from after a 0-0 tie at the half. A stretch of play thrilling to watch, back and forth. But a terrific effort from Cameron Habibola on the set piece free kick goal. Getting it by Ryan Bilichuk. And then the assists on the next tally from Antoine Copeland. So tonight's man of the match for Vancouver Whitecaps FC2 is Cameron Habibola, the 20-year-old out of Vancouver with that MLS experience, looking to get back to that level. Here's a look at the free kick. Just excellently taken, sneaks it into the side. That opened up the scoring tonight at Swangard Stadium. The first goal of the match after a back and forth affair in the first 45 where both teams had their chances. Watch the touch here on the second goal. Coupland was able to finish it off in the side netting after that distribution. And Cameron Habibola. And those efforts help Vancouver Whitecaps FC2 pick up 3 points in the opening match of the season. Valiant effort here this evening out of Timbers2, are looking to take a step forward in their second season in MLS Next Pro. They had 14 shots this evening, 5 shots on target, and 14 touches in the opponent's box, but ultimately it was Whitecaps FC2 did enough goal scoring to pick up the 3 points in what was a fun first match of the season here in Burnaby. We appreciate you joining us on MLSNextPro.com. It's going to be a fun season of MLS Next Pro action. Tonight's Vancouver Whitecaps victorious 2-1, our final score. For our entire production team, I'm AJ Ricketts. We appreciate you joining us tonight. We'll see you next time on MLSNextPro.com and Apple TV for MLS Next Pro action. From Burnaby, I'm AJ Ricketts. We bid you good night.